Hello everyone, this is Sheshe. Today I am playing with the 3D Floral Basic Shaping Molds, and what I'm doing right now is using some non-Heartfelt Creations floral dies. And what I'm playing with is the Shabby Posies, okay, and I picked this up from Amazon, really cheap. And also I have the Garden Blooms, and I'm just using this one right here, just this one, because it's the smallest one in the set. So I've colored up my flowers, and I just wanted to try out and see what would happen if I'm using some non-Heartfelt Creation dies in the set, how the flowers would turn out, and emboss them. So I'm using my Teresa Collins cut emboss machine, and I'm just going to place the flowers inside and emboss them and just see just how everything turns out. And I've already moistened them from the coloring of the distress stains, and I may have to run this through the machine a couple times because the sizes are not the right size, because they're just a little bit bigger than I was expecting. So I'm just going to run these through, and then I'll let you see how it turns out, okay? So what you do, in case you haven't seen my other videos, is you just place them in the molds, and then you make sure that the 3 squares match up with the 3 squares on the mold. And this is good for people who have dexterity issues or trouble with, you know, shaping flowers. It gives you that ridge imprint on your flowers that's hard to detail with an embossing tool. So I'm just going to run this through my machine. I just put one plate at the bottom and one at the top, and then it's just the right size to go through any machine like a Sizzix or Cuttlebug or something like that. So I'm just going to place this through my machine, and it's going to go through and give that impression. Okay, so I'm just going to do that, and I'll be back. Okay, so the machine has embossed the flowers, and this is how well it does. As you can see, they were already a little bit moist, and this is how well it does with just a non-Heartfelt Creations die. Okay, these are really good impressions. See how good it embosses? So these will be really pretty for your projects, and you can make any design you want. I'm trying to debate if I'm going to use regular stamens or paper stamens. I'm not sure. Right now I'm just playing around to decide, you know, what I'm going to put in the middle. But doesn't this remind you of those satin flowers at Michael's that you get like in a bucket or those containers, and they come in all kinds of colors? So I mean, you don't even have to buy those anymore, and just, you know, make a whole bunch of them. Like this right here is a pansy that I colored up, and I'm just going to place this in and run it through my machine. I'm going to place this one in. These are the smaller sizes. I was thinking I may run this one through in this little size right here. See how that will turn out. And some of the bigger molds, just to save some time. But it's a really good tool. I really like this, you know, what they invented. I mean, it's just, I wish they had more big sizes so you don't have to run it through your machine so many times. But this is just so cool. And I do plan to do the rose mold too. I just got to find my rose dies and see if there's anything that'll fit in the rose mold. I'm sure there is. Okay, this one did the pansies. I did the smaller size, and this is how well the pansies did. Really nice. And then here's the other one. Really nice. Now, because I put this one in a smaller mold, you do get like it all bent up like this. So what you can do is run it through again, and this will correct itself. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it in this one, and then when I do the other two that I have left, this will be fine. So that's just a lesson that, you know, if it's too small, then just don't do that, because it will get all bent up like that. Okay, so you just have to do your best and judge the right sizing. So I just wanted to show my mistake and show you that when you put it in the wrong size, it'll be like all bent up like that, and then even the embossed part will be on the wrong part of the flower. So I'm going to show you that when you do that, this is going to correct itself, and then it'll be fine. So I'm just going to run this through a third time. And then I just wanted to do this demo so you can see how well a non-Heartfelt Creations flower turns out. I'm really having a nice time with these molds. I'm glad I bought them, and I have them now in my collection. I've been waiting on something like this for a really long time. I'm so glad they came out with this. Okay, now I'm going to show you that when I ran this through again, now it's corrected, and it's no longer all bent up like I showed you before. So that's fine now. This one is fine, and then this one is fine. So it embosses really great. I love this embossing molds. Okay, so now here's the fun part. You can get out your embossing mat and do some additional embossing. You can flip it around, turn it, do whatever you want. It's all up to you. Like if you want to add some additional dimension, you know, give it some bend like that. You don't really have to do much to them because it already has the detail in it. I'm not really going to do much to it. This already has the holes in it. So I wanted to leave this as a pansy. I don't know what this die was called before. I think it was Urban Blooms or something. I was just turning it into a pansy because it looked like a pansy to me. So I'm going to take out my glue and glue these two together and turn this into a pansy flower, because it just reminded me of a pansy shape. I'm just offsetting it so that I can finish my flower, and I'm trying to decide what color I just want this. I think it's like a little bead or something I could put to finish off the flower. I think it's like a gold center or something that goes in the middle. That's how a pansy looks normally. I have like a little tiny, I forget what it's called. I learned this in science class, the proper names for the flowers. I just can't think of the name right now. Different parts of the flowers, but I will get that little piece that goes in the center of the flower, and it's like a yellow piece. I think I have some seed beads around here that will match what I need, like this right here. Get something out that will finish it off. Maybe, I don't know if that's going to look great. Maybe I have some yellow or something. Might look great. Sometimes you gotta play around with it. Maybe just a little stamen will go well, and I'll just cut it off. That might look better than the seed beads. I'll just get one little gold stamen. So I'm going to go through my stash and find something, and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back now, and I think you will agree that the stamen center is a better choice. So I'm just going to glue the center just need some glue. This little bead in here. Right here. And that glue will dry clear. Swiping off the excess right here. So that is the flower. Stick that in and set that aside to dry. Okay, now we're going to work on these other flowers. I'm just trying to see what I should do here about these flowers. Okay, I have these two right here. I'm going to get my embossing mat out and decide what to do. Okay, my 8mm embossing mat. I think I want these to go up. Right here. And I'm trying to debate, do I want some stamens or do I want like just a gem in the middle? Not sure. Do I want these to be layered together? I don't know. I think I like them just single. You can add more color to these if you like. There's some more flowers. Now I did have an idea for this one. I was going to layer it with this one because it's darker. and I thought that would look really pretty together. So I think I'm going to do that. Don't want that little going on there. These going like these two. And these all came from the Spellbinder set. I like that center in the middle. Should I put these together too? Make these 2 layers. That would look really pretty. And then flower stamens. Okay. I am going to punch a hole, and I'm going to get my hole puncher and make some stamens in the middle for these, and I'll be right back. I do apologize, everyone. My battery went dead and I did not realize I was making this flower and the camera was not recording. So I do have 2 other flowers that I can make while on camera. So I'm going to continue on, and let's see, this one's going to go on top. So I'm just going to, I had already punched everything out. I'm just talking away, and I just did not realize that I was not on camera. So all I did was just put these 2 layers together and offset them. I've done this before in other videos. So, and I used the crocodile to do that. This is the tool I used right here to punch the hole. So that's all I did so far, is just, you know, punch the hole and glue these 2 pieces together. And then I just threaded the stamens together through the hole and taped the back. That's basically all I did. And I was going to do the same for the yellow flower as well. And you know, get this flowers done. But that's how the flowers turn out. It's just, it's a really cool tool. You know, this is how you thread the stamens through. And this is the color I chose for this flower right here. And then you just, you know, decide how long you want the flower, and then you just bend the stamens back, and then you just get some tape. And look how pretty that is, you know. I have some tape here, some Scotch tape. You can glue it and use like some type of paper to hold everything down. So that's all I was doing, just taping this on the back. And then, you know, you have your stamens like this, and then you just fluff everything up, get everything going. And then you just move the stamens how you want. But look how pretty that is. I like the colors that go together with this flower right here. So I'm just going to set that aside, and then move the stamens how I want them. And then we'll move on to the yellow flower. Glue that together. This will be my bottom layer and this will be my top. Just repeat the same process. Offset them. Somehow these are like sort of the same. Let's see if I can do this a little bit better. Press it down, lift them up. And then just thread these through the little hole right here. And look how pretty that is. And just tape this on the back, and then it's ready to go on a project. And make these into a different type of flower if you like. Could be like a dandelion or something. Not a daffodil. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of, daffodil. Cup it up, change it into something else. And I'm going to fold that down, change it to something else. But yeah, you just take the stamens and fluff them out, and there you go. So here is my first one that I did, the pansy flower, and then the one that I thought I was recording and it wasn't. And then here's the other one that I just did. I had to move the stamens around and get them. These are kind of stiff, but I'll get them going. So that's my tutorial. Hope it's not too long. I'm going to have to edit this video some so it's not as bad as I hope it isn't. But I hope this was helpful to you in deciding if this product is for you, because you don't need Heartfelt Creation products to use the molds if you thought you needed them. Alright, so take care everyone and have a fabulous day.